Welcome back to the Always Thinking Mindset channel, where we give you positive vibes and simple rules to achieve your goals. We share content to expand your mindset and overcome any obstacles that are in your way. In this channel, we focus on personal growth and achieving your full potential. It all starts with mindset. Now, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like today's episode, smash that like button. All right, let's get started. In this episode, we're speaking on how to overcome the fear of failure. Everyone deals with this. You're not alone. And as always, we start off with a quote. Failure is a detour, not a dead-end street. I repeat, failure is a detour, not a dead-end street. Mr. Zig Ziglar, author and public speaker, stated this. And what he wanted to hit on is that failure is not the end. It might take you a different route, right? Because what happens is you learn from your mistakes. The vision that you have planned just got delayed. Doesn't mean it's the end. You have to take a different route. Because a lot of people get upset when we don't see results. Then we start to pound ourselves that we're a failure. When in reality, you tried, right? So what you have to do is see yourself as taking chances again, getting your mindset right, and just completing the mission. Because we fell, that gives us more experience. You're building the body armor on your body. It is not over. Well, let's start off with the first rule. Failure is normal. Simple as that. Failure is normal. You grow from it, right? Because whatever you're trying to master, you're going to have trouble with it. Unless you're very experienced or you just have talent for it, you got to learn how to grow from it. When you implement something new, the brain is trying to react and set a pattern for it. So how do you set patterns for something you've never done? Don't feel sorry for yourself. Give yourself a break. At least you're trying it. At least you're trying your best. You have to approach things in that mindset, right? That the more you do, the better you'll get at it. And that's with anything. School, studying, projects, building a car, you name it. This simple principle or rule, you have to apply to it. Now, because failure is there, and don't be scared of that word. In fact, embrace it. Expect to fail. Because with this, what happens is you learn lessons from it. Now, if you do something and you're bad at it, that doesn't mean to give up. Take it as a lesson learned. My favorite quote is, there are no mistakes, only lessons learned. What did you learn from it? How are you going to go about it the next time you do it? Now you're giving more information, more intel because you tried it, right? Sit down, understand, and reflect on how the failure happened, whether it's relationships. Because a great example is when you start dating people. Yeah, you start dating people, but that doesn't mean you marry the first person you start dating, right? You got to get the reps in, unless you fall in love. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is that how do you know what's out there, right? How do you know how many people, we all come in shapes and size, different shapes and sizes, And that's intel you're gathering for the next person, right? Because you learn things of what you like and what you don't like. And you must learn from this. Because in life, that's all things are, a series of patterns. The brain is always at a rush to figure out patterns, whether it's games, movies, music. There's a pattern. It takes recognition. But in the end, we have to tell ourselves failure is normal. It's okay. Learn from it. The next rule is stop caring what people think. I cannot stress this enough of you come before you. Don't focus on anyone else. Only you matter, right? Because in the end, that's the competition. Not the person, not your neighbor, not anyone else. So be it. Let that person, you don't know what that person has been through. But as I always see it, we're all in the same building of life. We're just on different elevators, right? Different floors. Now, you may start off in floor 2 and you want to compare yourself to somebody who's in floor 38. Well, the person in 38 didn't start off in 38, started from the bottom. But to do that to yourself is what I tell people. Stop comparing yourself to others. This leads to not caring what people think of you. You're always going to have critics in any profession or personal life. You're always going to have someone to say, you're doing it wrong. You're not doing it right. I'm better than you because I'm higher than you. But in the end, you don't take that and become depressed or sad about it. That should be fuel for your fire. But don't listen to the critics. Right? They don't know you. They don't know how far you've been and the amount of work that you put in. Everything takes confidence. Everything takes strategy. Everything takes education. You have to become confident at what you do and how you do it. That's the only way to master. The thing is, in failing, people don't understand that you have to get over the hump for the next hurdle. Because we all take blows in life to where it just builds us and makes us stronger. Now, the next rule is based on your mindset. Like I was speaking earlier, it should be you against you. Keep score. Write it down. See where you're at in life. See how far you need to get to. What is your goal? And start being serious about your life. Life is a game. We all have scoreboards on what we've accomplished and where we're going to go. You must not only stop worrying about everyone else, but stay in your lane. You get distracted when you're driving. You're not driving all over the road. You're driving in a single lane. Focus on the vision ahead and how to get there. Do not look to the side. Do not look to the rear. You might look back just to see how far you've come, but just stay in your lane, worry about yourself, and overcoming your goals. You'll see how far you pass everyone up. Stop comparing yourself and your life to someone else. The saying is, comparison is the thief of joy. When you start comparing why your neighbor has a bigger house or a bigger car, or this person has more possessions, it takes away the joy. It takes away your joy. Why would you leave? Why would you let somebody take your joy from you? You have it. Protect it, build it, make it strong. But stop comparing yourself to everyone else and focus on you. This will help you with the fear of failing. Now, the next rule is fear is created. Yes, folks, when you're born, hopefully, majority of you have a normal life, and we create fear in our mind. That's where it starts. We get anxious, right? Everything is processed through a thought, then the body reacts to it. It exists in the mind. What does that tell me? That means if I created it, then I can take it down. We have to learn to reprogram ourselves and take away fear or overcome it, right? In order to overcome anything, you must take action. Fear is created. It is a monster to some people. And yes, it's hard. But at the same time, if you look at something that's complex and you break it down, it's really easy. Don't be scared. Just take action. The saying is, sometimes you're just standing and looking, and just picture this. You're standing over a body of water. Now, to your mind, you're saying, wow, this is a lot of water. My next step, I might drown. You take the first step and you realize it's only 2 inches of water. You didn't drown. Nothing happened. Now your brain is programmed to attack it. Take action. That is the way we come over fear. Which brings me to my last rule. You can overcome the fear of failing. It's all mindset. Just like you build everything else, self-esteem, identity, your music genre, movies, you can accomplish getting over the hump of failure. The way you do this is you have to not only take action, but learn from it, implement systems for the next time around, right? Because it's all about recognition and pattern. Last time I was scared, I did this. Or the last time I saw this problem, this is how I handled it. You have to learn from the past to grow into the future. You have to be excited at learning, right? Because sometimes the fear is you don't have enough knowledge or information or education, but that's your answer. Get enough information. Get educated about the subject, whether you want to go to law school, whether you want to become a doctor, whether you're having a bad relationship. Talk with people, get educated, but be excited to learn because you are growing and you can overcome. Now, the fear of failure is usually based on someone else's perception. No one wants to go to the gym and lift weights and watch the weights fall on them because you feel that everybody else is going to laugh at you, right? That's created in your mind. See, if you were to take that same scenario and start lifting weights, but with no one around you, you wouldn't care. So that's the way you have to attack it. Do things based on what makes you happy, how you can accomplish the goal, and achieve the objective. All right. Well, that ends today's episode. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like today's episode, smash that like button. Now, tell me your comments on fears and failures, how you overcame, and what strategies did you take? Tell me about your thoughts on today's topic. Now, as always, I say go out and be positive.